reckon we've had quite some fine times out here in the West already. Though our joining may be brief, though you may only be joining us for a short time, maybe even a moment, just long enough to say hi, I want you to know how much it means to me. Rooting and tooting across the scenery, we've been up to some fun things, that's for sure. But the best part about the journey is always when y'all tag along. So hopefully you enjoy this, because this one is just for you. On these Gold Battle Thursdays, Doinks out here in the West has got a bounty on his head. Wanted, hero, or fraud. Join us in the new frontier of the West. We're gonna jam-pack as many battles as we can in tonight with no stop. It's gonna be non-stop battle until Doinks can't take it no more. So let's see what we have in store for us, as I think we are all about to see what Doinks is really made of out here in the rootin', tootin', tarnest, darndest, Wild West adventure you'd ever seen. Yeah! Well, howdy, partner. So nice, we had to do it twice. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome in. The journey is just about to begin. Again, a new phase, a new challenge, a new thing for us to face out here in our journey through the wild, wild West. And I'm sure it is going to be quite the time as we do go through the wild, wild West, because tonight is not any ordinary night, no. Tonight we have a mere but 15 moments from this exact moment until there's only 2 hours remaining until brackets reset. At which point we have to call it, of course, so that we can do our Friday collab stream tomorrow with Into Twist Gaming. Make sure you guys check him out. But for tonight, we do have double brackets. So, 2 hours of all the battles you can take, non-stop, no intermission, no talking in between. Might shuffle up the team, I don't know. I think it would be cool to hold it down with the whole team throughout the whole stream, but the meta might get crazy. We never know what's up the next leg of the journey, the next leg of the ladder, what they're using up there, or if we decline a little bit, go down a little bit, what's familiar again down a ladder leg or so. So I'm sure it's going to be quite the crazy stream. Although I'm not really too sure what this light in the background needs to go. No. It's like it needs a perfect balance. There we go. That might be it. I don't know what's going on with the background lighting. Like I said, we still got to get that fixed. That'll be fixed once we get out of the West. Too many other fun things to get into, including a lot of battles, a lot of trouble, some hijinks. You never know what's going on out here in the West. But you best believe it's going to be a rootin' tootin' good time. Damn, that would have hurt. That would have been a crazy way to kick this stream off. Cutting my thumb off. Oh, shit. Thankfully that did not happen. And thank you guys all for joining us. I just want to take a moment to thank you guys. Truly appreciate everyone that, again, even if you could only stop in for just enough time to say hi. It makes my night every single time, as you guys can tell by the reactions. So if you guys want to get some of those big, huge hype reactions, just say, "What's up?" Hit us in the live chat over on Twitch, or if you're in the YouTube comments, hit some hype in there. You never know. Crazy questions and stuff like that, I often do review like live on the channel, so you might just see us reacting in some way, shape, or form to whatever you're saying or question is. So give us some hype, drop some questions over there. Get into some Pokemon battles! Is everybody set? Trainers ready? Then Pokemon, go! Here we go, battle number 1 of bracket 1. Let's have a Pokemon showdown! It's Marowak versus Gligar in the lead here. They're building up quite a considerable amount of energy as we get to this first dig. We need to watch for the Bone Club bait. Flame Wheel still does some pretty impressive damage, I'm not gonna lie. And now it's definitely a Bone Club. Oh no, another Flame Wheel, damn. Well, they got energy to just drop. Oh, no! What? Didn't quite make the catch there. Might need to lock in a little bit here. There goes a Bone Club. This is not good. This is very, very not good. Fuck. I don't know how I didn't make that switch, though. We need to lock in. I'm sure their switch clock is just about up. And there's probably just like no hope of farming this thing down, huh? We're gonna have to use energy too. Forgot how fire worked for a minute. Ooh, fire hot. Unga bunga. Ow! Damn, I was gonna say this is gonna be interesting with the double defense drops, but I think we just get fucking wrecked here, low key. Played this one a little too risky in the opening, I think, and we gave up just too much HP to try to recover there, which is interesting because I guess my risk was going into Draft Rig. I was gonna say, I felt like I was doing good with Gligar. Of course, made the missed call though with that first Flame Wheel. But it turns out the second one was just as quick, so Gligar might not just straight answer Alolan Marowak. And now we have a tough wall to get through. And they insta-switch out of that wall and counter and into Superior, which we know not to underestimate. Look how quick it gets to this first Leaf Blade, too. So fast! Frenzy Plant connects into our first shield. need just a little more time. Come on, Carl. No. The clock wasn't quite up yet. Oh, man, and they get out of there, too. It's just crazy. Damn. And then back into the Azumarill. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of trouble here. Let's see what we can do, though. I think there's still a lot of potential left in the game. It's not quite over. But it's going to be very interesting to try and pilot this to the end. Yes! Thank you, Altaria. They were definitely trying to farm us down there for the extra energy. And in their hubris, Altaria turns it around on him. Oh, damn, but not even enough to KO. If we send in Gligar, he's insta-fucked. I didn't really want to throw in any energy, but I know that they just farmed us down. So there's nothing we can do but throw that energy, unfortunately. And then there's a Talonflame also in the back. Oh, not to that Psychic Fangs quite yet. Ooh! Huge Brave Bird. They're like, why not, you know? We're just kind of chilling anyways. And Aerial Ace does massive damage after they drop their defense with that Brave Bird, but not quite enough. There was a lot going on in that game. In both of those games to kick off that bracket. We did start in a tricky position in both brackets, but I think we started well. It was in the mid-match. Our looking for Carl was obviously part of the reason why we lost so much health. Some crazy swaps there. And I mean, in reality, it's all kind of a gamble. You never really know what they have in the back. So you swap into Carl, they might just have something that counters it. And despite that and the tough leads, I think we still played out both of those games very, very well. And we'll continue to play out the rest of them well. Win or lose, we're going to continue here to rock the Wild, Wild West. And Gligar and Dedenne in the lead for battle number 3 of bracket 1. I want to call Seed Bomb here. Oh, it's Play Rough. Okay. That's still a good block. That does a lot more damage to Gligar than we want early on in the game like this, so. And they no shield thinking we're going to bait, but we do not. Gligar sends that right down the middle. 1 to 2 on the shields. Currently their control. Gligar gonna put a little pressure down here. And we make a swap into Jirigaraf. I'm gonna no shield this, hoping that it's just an Aqua Tail. Ooh, it's a Mud Bomb, and it does a lot of damage. And then they switch it to Galarian Moltres. Oh, fuck. And this thing is not part fire type. It just looks fire type, okay. Bro. Well, that's a hard counter for Jirigaraf. I mean, like, damn, that's a tough counter for Jirigaraf. And it's kind of a pretty good counter for Altaria, as it uses a rock-type move and then gets to buff up just a little bit. However, we're playing this game extremely well, so we're not out of it just yet. and then they have to switch. They lose all of those buffs. No! A Mud Bomb probably doesn't kill from here, though. We are playing literally so crazy. Come on, chat. Get hyped. This is fucking insane. I mean, we have a wall here to get past in the Quagsire alone. But I think we might be in an alright position to be able to do so. Our switch clock is now up, though. Oh, fuck. Which I wasn't quite expecting, I'll be honest. Go! Altaria, go! Go! Yeah! Let's go! Hard counter who? Not us! Let's go! Wow. Like, zoinks! What a crazy battle. I mean, it does not get much crazier than that. We led pretty well, though. We led all right. We made some good calls. Our catches were phenomenal. That's the only thing that even kept us in the game. But, man, having the Quagsire there to answer the Gligar and the Moltres there to answer literally everything else. A big problem, a huge problem to have a Pokemon that has that kind of coverage against yours, but it also being a huge uber power legendary with a special form is kind of crazy. What a comeback, what a dub. Let's continue on. Bracket number 1 continues. Now, this thing might be a problem, too. I don't even know how we got past the Mammoth Swine, honestly. I guess Gligar did exactly what Gligar needed to do against the Talonflame. And Primeape being in the back was kind of scary with the possibility of Ice Punch on the Altaria. But Altaria just able to close it out with the shields. Let's fucking go. Holy shit. 2 matches in a row with insane coverage opposition. And we still clutched them out. Those are battles for the books. I think all 4 of these battles so far have been. But unfortunately, the bracket has to end. The battles don't, but only one battle can decide how this bracket does. Battle number 5 of bracket 1 is now underway. And it's Gligar versus Raichu in the lead. And then they make a swap into Umbreon. Very, very solid. Okay, I know that we need Gligar now. Now that they're locked in, and oh shit. Alright, this might be, we might have laxed just a little too much on them here, honestly. Let's get just a little more energy, and then just hope that they're silly enough to stay in here. We take 1 Dark Pulse. I'm sorry, Carl. I'm sorry, Carl. We really need Gligar to close out against the Raichu, and I don't know what else they got after this Umbreon gets through. But we'll go ahead and use this as a chance to pick up some energy for Altaria. Their defense is dropped, so... Alright, we're going to have to forfeit a shield here. I don't like taking this much damage on Altaria when we're going to be counting on Altaria to close this battle out. But let's get all that energy for sure. Only 1 shield left on either side, and we don't get to the fucking dig. No. They might have a Trailblaze here, so I'm going to throw our last shield. It's Brick Break. What a sell. Gligar. I know I'm not the greatest trainer, but our bond goes beyond skill. Show them your abilities. Go, Gligar! And they have a tall order for this Hypno now. They thought it was a bait. It was not a bait. We do not bait with Gligar. We do not bait with Gligar. And now Hypno, with however much energy it's able to pick up from the end of that exchange with Gligar, has to face a full energied up Altaria with no shields. And that is going to be a huge ask. Altaria is a little chipped down though from earlier. Ooh, and that Shadow Ball does do a considerable amount of damage. This battle might be closer than previously speculated. Go, Altaria! No! No! GG's. Wow. Our laxness to take that Dark Pulse on Gligar definitely sealed that battle in for us. We should have been quicker with the switch to Carl, and it cost us. Knowing when and where to use Carl is pivotal in this strategy. And when I say know when, you got to know exactly when it's time for Carl to go. And right there, I think we were just a little too late. Man, so close, though. Altaria nearly brought the battle all the way back home. That Shadow Ball, though, was quite devastating. And we were pretty chipped down. Altaria had done some work previously in the battle. It's not like it only had to close it out against one Pokemon. It had to play the middle match for us. It had to switch into some incoming damage from the Umbreon. Had to take Dark Pulse after Dark Pulse while we built up that energy. So much that Altaria had to do there. And Gligar, too. Really, it was those two trying to make up for the difference with Carl not being in right on time. Sparkling Aria, I'm not too sure I want to connect on Gligar, but since they're using Zen Headbutt, I feel a little bit safer going to our Altaria here. And we are so caught up in the last battle and the conclusion of the last bracket that we forgot that we're even in a brand new bracket with brand new battles, and they don't stop. Battle number 1 of... Oh, damn, we blocked that. Of bracket number 2 is now underway, and it is Lapras versus Gligar in the lead, which we quickly switch into Altaria, and we continue to take some massive damage from this Lapras. This thing is still a unit. Never not been busted. Wow, holy shit! And another one. We are pretty low here on health on Altaria. Alright. Altaria versus Kilowattrel. I don't know why I sent the Sky Attack, though, then. Probably our best chance there was to get to the bait. Not really sure what Kilowattrel can even do. This is a very unique and cool Pokemon to see. Ow! It can do that, apparently. Yeah, let's not let it do that again. I want to throw the dig, but I know that they super resist that. And electricity doesn't resist flying as much as flying resists ground. But they land another devastating acrobatics. Holy shit, that does so much damage. Wow. Kilowattrel, a threat in the skies. We are going to have to keep our eyes peeled out for Kilowattrels as well. Some crazy notes here. The meta is completely in 100% different than yesterday. No one Asmurl, no Corviknights, only one Tinkaton. An incredible change up from day to day. It's literally like night and day out here. Kilowattrel is only the cherry on top of that flavorful treat. Alright, we have a lot of energy now stored away, and they have a lot of shields left in play. So I think our best bet here is obviously blocking this, getting the Psychic Fangs off, letting Carl go down. Oh shit, they make a switch. Okay, this might not be good for us. Drifloon has energy, and it's in the back. Gligar is within range where one Icy Wind would put him within farm down range too. I'm not sure what our plan to do about that is going to be. Tried to get a sneaky Trailblaze off here, but no go. We should have definitely went for Psychic Fangs. And then even with all the energy that we get on Altaria, though, there's like super nothing to get through this Jellicent left on our team. Without that defense drop from Carl, we might be in a lot of trouble. And in comes in the Jellicent once again. They still have shields up, so this is a pretty decent good time for Jellicent to reappear. Last shield is now gone. Gligar, we know, can't match up at the end against Swampert, so I'd rather him take this damage than Altaria. And we got Aerial Aces ready to go. Just definitely think if this energy would help us later in the late game, but it's not going to matter if we don't survive to the late game. So we're going to have to see what Gligar can do here. Aerial Ace after Aerial Ace will have to be enough of an answer for this Jellicent. Swampert we can probably take down. What else do they got? Rapidash? Well, fuck. One wild charge might... Oh, man. Holy shit, look at that damage. We might not even... They might not even need a wild charge. But they also might not get to it. Go, Altaria! Holy shit. Big fire blast connects through. Wow. Wow. Okay, so a little bit of a change up in the meta. A little bit of a change up in the meta that we're seeing. Or I should say the general population of Pokemon, not even the meta. Double fucking water types. I don't know how we could have led that much better with Gligar, Jellicent, and Swampert. It was a tall ask for Gligar to lead into. And Carl didn't really find a place because we got overambitious trying to get that Trailblaze off. Psychic Fangs might have put that Swampert down a little bit faster, because if Carl would have got the Psychic Fangs off, then Altaria would have only needed 2 or 3 taps to kill it. A little more energy we could have had there. But that's a hypothetical. That's nothing we did wrong. Well, I guess we did do wrong because we tried to go for Trailblaze. So that could be something to think about later. We need to be remembering how good the Psychic Fangs pressure is. Even in a situation where it seems like the grass type move is the better option, we just got to remain consistent with Carl and trusting the Psychic Fangs. So that might be a key factor into winning the next one. That is a tough bracket lineup here, though. We've done so phenomenal in the desert, though. We would need some incredible, terrible brackets to be able to reset any of that progress at this point. So as long as we scrounge some wins out here, I feel like it's going to be a learning experience and be worth it. But we can't let the losses get too carried away. They build up a lot of energy, switch out, and go into a Dragonair. This is not good. No more energy for you. Energy only for us. Okay. I think maybe we should shield this one, though. The Aqua Tails, again, would have been really hard for Gligar to get through here. But not only that, it would have been hard for Altaria. And how did I anticipate there was going to be another counter in the back as well? An Ice type double covering, again, Gligar and Altaria, making Carl's positioning in this battle the most important thing. These teams are insane. Oh, they make a switch as well. This is like an insane level battle. But I think we just have to stay right on pace with them and just run it out. Holy shit. That's like our only option. They're going slow on purpose. They want to run that switch clock out and get back to their Frostlass. This trainer's smart. Damn, this thing's so fast, too. 2 brutal swings can, like, insanely damage poor Carl here, but Carl only needs to hit 1 Psychic Fang from this range to wrap the battle up, so they have 1 shield left. They can decide if they want to use it or if they want to save it for Altaria. Either way, I think we're about to see this battle come to a dynamic conclusion, because as soon as the Psychic Fangs goes through, shield or not, their defense goes down. And then Altaria, 1 Dragon Breath, lights Wheezing a flame, and brings another dub our way. Let's go. Pokemon Go. Man, this is so much fun. Woo. This team is kind of crazy because it's all about where Carl ends up at, especially in today's brackets where it's like, I don't even know. I don't even know what we're really seeing, honestly. This is literally only our 2nd Tinkaton today. It was on every... Well, Azumarill was on every team. It was on every other team last night, and we've only seen it once today. It's crazy. Tinkaton hype died off fast. They switch into Cradily here. That's also really scary. Cradily is a hard counter for Gligar, and a pretty decent counter for Altaria. But, oh, and the attack drop. That's nasty. But Carl can get into the battle here, throw 1 Psychic Fangs, and hopefully make an entire world of difference. We'll see. We'll see how much that 1 Psychic Fangs matters. Problem is now that they have 2 shields. And we have 0. That is the current problem. But Altaria has energy. Oh, damn, 1 Gigaton Hammer does it, huh? Oh, we lose. Well, we might just lose that one. Navigating around the Cradily is pretty hard in of itself, but also this Tinkaton, man, that just gives us some problems. We do get to the 2nd Flamethrower, though. Pretty impressive. Not that it would really matter too much because they have 1 shield left. But hey, we're going to finish the battle out anyways. Because it was a good battle all the way into the end. What a terrific battle. And what a terrific bracket. Again, it's not one of those where we go crazy. It's not one of those where it's just like the best fucking non-stop dub streak of all time. No, but this bracket was full of experience and learning that yesterday's teaching may not apply to today's matchups. You have to always be on your feet, always ready to change up how your strategy works. And here, where we're seeing just so much coverage on Altaria and Gligar, and not so much on Carl. Yesterday, it was all the focus was super effective things on Carl, 3 counters a team, 2 counters a team. And that was hard to navigate with using Gligar and Altaria to get Carl into the battle somewhere. But now, step it up even another bracket, and even another challenge level, so to speak. The coverage is not against Carl, but against Gligar and Altaria. So many ice types. I mean, truthfully, 190% different. I almost want to say 210%, but 190% different than yesterday's brackets, for sure. Not even close to the Pokemon that we were seeing yesterday. Entirely different teams. Entirely different metas, so to speak. I mean, the ice type seems to be where everyone's looking right now. And we kick off bracket number 3, battle number 1, Galarian Weezing versus Gligar. Let's see what Gligar can do here. My instincts are telling me I want to go to Girafarig. Oh, shit. Now, this is a problem. Now, this is a problem. Thinking. There's a lot of potential scary shit that can happen here. This Jellicent is a huge problem, for one. For 2, we're still countered up front, so we need to find some way to make Altaria more valuable in this matchup, which I'm just not sure how. We got the shields down, so that's got to be a part of it. It's 1-0 on the shields, our control. What a good call for them. Really, really, really a good call for them. Well, it's still tough for either of our Pokemon that would have remained to been here. Gligar or Altaria. Damn, and they're just like destroying us too. I don't think the battle's over. I think we're just in a very, very tough spot. Altaria, oh damn, Altaria is bulky. And these sludges are adding up, but we take them pretty well. And the Jellicent isn't completely dry on energy is the big problem. Damn. Yeah, GG's. What a phenomenal battle for a continual phenomenal streak of brackets. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, folks. Don't turn the channels just yet. Altaria is not done. Bringing a dub back home despite, again, the double counters. We're countered by the Galarian Weezing. We're countered by the Jellicent. And yet we still bring a victory back. Let's go! Are you not entertained? Is this not what you think of when you come to the Wild Wild West for Pokemon battling, showdown, shooting, and blunt action? Let's go! Holy shit. You have to celebrate every single victory out here in the Wild Wild West. Let's go. Big celebrations, big hypes, and big victory moments. We got to keep the brackets pressing, though. Wow, that coverage was actually insane. Okay, and then into a Starmie. All right. So, Starmie is kind of a problem. Power Gem, very nice. Hello? So it does have Power Gem, which is unfortunate because that means it too has coverage against Gligar and Altaria. I'm surprised we got rid of that so easy with Carl, but that was definitely the right choice. Step number 1 is getting that taken care of. Step number 2 is letting Carl go down so that the Psychic Fangs can get us some big energy back into the game. But we don't even let the... Ow, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, damn, that does insane damage, too. But they have the defense drop, and we're throwing this Aerial Ace, so our shield might be better used somewhere else. And they were thinking the same thing. We did lose to a Hypno last time, too. I got locked in because we have to focus if we're going to finish this one out, chat. Man. Oh, shit. We block a Fire Punch, which we could have probably absorbed. And eat a Shadow Ball, but this time we have a lot more health. This is an insane battle. Now that I'm also thinking about it, Centiskorch being a bug type also means it had incredible coverage against Carl. I didn't even think about that. Centiskorch could have messed up Carl and our whole play there. We kind of navigated that like an expert without even knowing what was happening because I wasn't even thinking about avoiding the bug type. We just happened to. Yeah, wow. We were uber boned there, and once again find a way to just make it out anyways. Incredible display of Pokemon battling. And if this all is set, trainers ready, then Pokemon go! Our last... Wait, is this already the last battle of the bracket? I feel like that can't be right. I feel like we lost 2 and we won 2 already. Maybe that's just the vibes of the night. Just a recap and refresher on the brackets. We were at 2 and 3 for bracket number 1 and 2 and 3 for bracket number 2. So we need a... Damn. We need a prayer. Oh, Lord, please help me. What if it's a Body Slam, right? It is an Earth Power, and it nearly KOs us. Oh, but we get the Psychic Fangs off anyways. Let's go! That is probably the best case end scenario there. And then we can just do some work with Altaria now that their defense is down. We have the last shield in the game. Earth Power is a ground type move, which we should resist. Okay. And then they have an Alolan Marowak that has just been chilling. We'll throw a Sky Attack their way just to get them in range so that one of these does the trick. Don't want them surviving or hanging on, being a pest for Gligar. Get rid of them. Gligar's still got a little energy too. And again, we have the last shield in the game. So let's close it against the Galarian Weezing, which I'm surprised they even go back into. Maybe thinking speed is the option here, but it's not really too good of an option. I think we just let Gligar take this. Oh yeah. And throw an Aerial Ace on the way just because. If Gastrodon had anything better, I'm sure it would have used it. Oh, and Aerial Ace KOs the Gastrodon. And then they forfeit. Let's go! Again, I mean, I'm going to keep saying it until we have a match that isn't like this. Again, Galarian Weezing with the Fairy typing is super effective against Altaria, and Gastrodon with the Water typing, super effective against Gligar. Again, we find ourselves navigating at the bare minimum every single game 2 super effective coverages every single game in this newly shaped ice water meta that I'm kind of like, oh man, it's ice and water time? What the fuck? No one told me that. We rode out to the west. So kind of interesting on that front. The meta did a funny switch there. And now I'm seeing almost no fairy types and almost no steel types. No Corviknights. We have not seen a singular Corviknight since swapping to put Flamethrower on Altaria. So that seems a little silly. We've only seen 2 Tinkatons, which was on every other team last night. Azumarill, which was on every single team last night. And we only see 1 of the Azumarills today. 2 Tinkatons, 0 Corviknights. What an insane change-up in the meta, basically overnight. And again, this crazy coverage that is just like pounding our team back. We still are able to just barely crawl through, crawling forward. Even if it's 2 steps back, 1 step forward, then we'll take twice as many steps. And by tomorrow, we'll be at least 50% further than we were yesterday. So, let's go! And it's Breloom and Gligar in the lead here. Breloom is part grass type, so that is not good. And there's Talonflame. Hello, Talonflame. How are you doing? We'll throw an Aerial Ace, and then we're going to switch and try and close this down with Altaria. They haven't thrown a move yet, which is kind of scaring me. Also, I might... Okay, Flame Charge goes through. A good call. Could potentially be another Flame Charge, but I'm thinking it might not be. I'm thinking it might not be. And so that's a good block there. And hopefully we can just close this out with a Sky Attack, but they might possibly shield here. They do have 2 shields. Alright. So they do shield. It's good. We almost get the farm down. Oh, damn. What can Breloom do here? Seed bomb? Oh, okay. Sure. Sure, I mean, okay. Oh, man. Best case scenario was they used their other shield right there. But they don't. And they have a Gastrodon in the back. Oh, shit. No. Once again, I mean, it's a streak for a reason. It's a streak for a reason. It wouldn't be a wild, wild west, wanted dead or alive showdown if we weren't here matching up against fucking double super effective coverage teams every single game. All night long in the wild, wild west. You think we're scared of you? You and what army? Come on, Carl. Let's ride. Oh, shit. Well, that hurt. This might be our best case scenario, though. Yep. Thank you much. Thank you much. We pick up just enough energy that we're not energy dry once we throw this next aerial ace, which I was going to put on the unfortunate Talonflame anyways, so thank you. And then we have, again, just barely, so we're not dry when we throw another aerial ace. That helps us outspeed him here and pick up another KO. Like I said, we ain't scared of no double super effective coverage. Let's go! And the streak does continue. I mean, every single battle tonight, it is crazy where all these water type trainers coming from. I want to be in on the know when it's time to bring the water types to the showdowns. I want to be in the know. But I hope you guys know this has been a phenomenal bracket. Phenomenal stream. We're not ending it just yet. I think we aren't even at the end of the bracket yet. No, we have one. No way are we. Okay, let's close this one out. No fucking way, bro. Are we about to 5-0 right here? Holy shit. I didn't even realize. Wow. I mean, against every single team that has had double super effective coverage against 2 or more of our Pokemon. That is a fucking crazy fucking amount for 3 brackets in here. And a good catch there. Although they are chomping us down pretty fast. And we don't get to the Psychic Fangs. Gligar is just too quick. Well, thank you so much for your efforts, Carl. Gligar and Gligar in the lead. I feel like if they have Gligar in the lead, they have something in the back that's weak. So let's try and get Altaria in here and see if we can just start doing some pressure with Altaria. Might not be the craziest amount, because Altaria's Sky attacks are not that fast. But, oh, and they just let it KO. And it is something weak in the back. However, they have 2 shields here, so might need to navigate this kind of carefully if they switch out here. Oh, they think that's a bait, and they don't block it. Wow. And then there's the fucking double coverage. There's the Azumarill. There's the Azumarill. Yeah. There it is. Well, wouldn't be a streak if we didn't keep it going, huh? Double super effective. Or I don't even know. It's super effective against 2 or more of our Pokemon. Its water type collides into Gligar. Its fairy type collides into Altaria. But it doesn't matter! Altaria swipes back into the battle with a huge Sky Attack. Oh shit. Oh shit. Maybe it does matter. Matters just a little bit. We have to get to a 3rd Sky Attack. I'm not sure we're going to be able to make a catch here, though, I'm going to be honest. That switch clock is looking pretty far off. Altaria, you did do some phenomenal things there. Thank you. Well, salute to you, trainer. All great things do eventually have to end. Our win streak comes to a conclusion. But you know what streak doesn't come to a conclusion? The streak of Pokemon and our enemy trainers' teams that have super effective coverage against 2 or more of our Pokemon. Every single game for every single bracket we have played tonight. And we still cooked up a win streak! That's what I'm talking about! So even though we take a loss, does it even really matter in the grand scheme of the Wild Wild West? With all the 5-0s last night, with all the 4-1s, with all of the battles today, even with a bracket of 2-3 and another bracket of 2-3, this big bracket of 4-1 sets all that momentum back into our favor after all those huge 5-0 brackets. So really, it's just a huge test of experience for nothing to gain except us. We get all of the victories, we get the experience, and we get the benefit of navigating against these teams that are literally like designed to destroy us. I could switch up the team at any moment and it could still be Wild West themed. But we're seeing this is the meta tonight and we want to try and overcome it. I'm not going to adjust and follow into this mold of what everybody else is doing just because it's the most popular Pokemon. No, I'm going to go out there with our Wild West team and I'm going to pick up a big win streak just like that. And even when the win streak ends, I will still be happy and satisfying knowing that we put on the greatest show of all time for you at home. Let's fucking go. Woo! Let's Pokemon go! Keeping the streak alive. We do get to add one more Azumarill to the list, though. 0 Corviknights, 2 Azumarills, and 2 Tinkatons. Not quite as much as last night, but still quite the assortment here. Maybe make a new column for you know what, Lapras, I don't even want to catch you. What is your beef? Make a new column here for ice types. Holy fuck. Make a column over here for how many matches in a row have we seen Pokemon with super effective coverage against 2 or more of our Pokemon. I'll tell you how many matches in a row. 15. Which isn't as much as I thought, but it's still quite the incredible amount. Every single game tonight. Every single battle of every single bracket, we've been covered by a Pokemon that has super effective coverage on 2 or more of our Pokemon. And have still somehow managed to get this far. I think the only reasonable thing to do is to keep going. You gotta keep going. So let's let it rock. Hit the battle floor once again as we load into bracket number 4, battle number 1. Starting it off nice with Pokemon It's got double super effective coverage into Altaria and Jirigaraf. Starting it off strong. Starting it off strong. Alright, now how do we decide to close this out, though? And get into the middle match. They expect the dig there and properly block. I'm not even sure why we blocked the first one. We should be a lot lower on health here. And I feel like there's a lot that we need Gligar for here. But we do take shield control, so that's at least something. However, it'll be gone basically immediately if we bring Jirigaraf in, and we don't really have any other option. Now, if they swap into a counter for Jirigaraf, we might just lose. We'll build up a little extra energy, though, just in case. So we've seen it matter at the very end before. Oh, damn, that actually KO'd. Wow, they're mine. And then they go into Shift Tree. Take a defense drop and then let Altaria fly in and farm up some big energy and big damage. See how they respond. A foul play. That actually does quite a considerable amount, actually. And then they go into Swampert. Well, that does mean that they have double super effective coverage. With Swampert, they would have also had coverage on Gligar anyway, so it's good that we let Gligar go down. All we can do here is really kind of just hold on and hope for the best. I think we're still within range where it's going to take 2 foul plays. So we might have just basically locked in the dub here. No, we're definitely within range of 1 foul play, never mind. But we're not going to let it happen. Swap over onto Carl, and then we should be able to farm up to our Sky attack just fine. I actually hardly doubt they'll even survive us getting to this. What the fuck? Well, damn. Oh, but Leaf Blade is not gonna do it! Holy shit! That's what I'm talking about! Holy shit. Our win streak might be over, but we do pick up another win. And the streak of Pokemon being super effective against 2 or more of ours continues. 16 battles long. Will we find a break in the meta, or will it remain the same? Will we continue to pick up victory after victory despite such dire circumstances? There is quite literally a bounty on this team's head. But it so far seems pretty unstoppable. Even with double coverage, I mean, unless we're like triple locked out of the battle, we find some way back into the battle almost every single time. And seeing Swampert in the back there just makes me want to trust my instincts even more, knowing that they probably not only have the one water type out in the front, they probably not only have the one threat that we're going to have to deal with to counter Gligar, but then we're also going to have one in the back. So even if we get Gligar out of there, he's still in a very, very, very tough situation. A very good heads-up call to let Gligar go down there, keep all that energy and health on the Altaria instead, and then Altaria basically brought the whole battle home, despite being super effectively coveraged against the Galarian Weezing. I mean, what a fucking insane battle. I still can't stop talking about it. But we are on to the next battle. And the streak does continue. We have a problem with this Clodsire, though. And that's that we kind of need to kill it. Actually, matter of fact. Oh, nice. I was gonna say, this might be the one singular Pokemon we've seen that we can hit Carl super effectively with. Besides that Lucario. Which I'm not playing around about Lucario. We had to get that thing out of here. Oh, shit. Hopefully we get their last shield here. And we do. Wow. And then we switch. They also switch. They go into Galarian Weezing. The big, huge problem here is that we don't have any shields. And their Brutal Swing, which is basically faster than Psychic Fangs, but does less damage, is actually going to do more damage to us than our Psychic Fangs is going to do to them. So we might just get pressed down by Brutal Swings here. But again, the streak stays alive. Look at that, the Galarian Weezing live right in front of you. Wow. I mean, the meta tonight is just so fucking crazy. I'm glad to at least see a break in the ice types, though. I'm pretty sure they're about to hit us again, and I just want to preserve some health here. Pretty sure they were about to hit us again. We'll never know. Sky Attack glides through. Stone Edge would put us low red, but we survive. And there's... Shouldn't say there's no way. Oh, Earthquake. Yeah, no, that's not going to do it. That's just not going to do it, unfortunately. But Earthquake Stone Edge might now. Holy shit. Wait a minute. Oh, it's got Water Pulse. I already forgot because it hit Gligar with Water Pulse. Or tried to. We shielded it. Yeah, but even double super effective coverage isn't going to do it. You're going to have a team that has 3 super effective coverages against us. Because otherwise, we're going to find a way. Doinks are going to win. Let's fucking go. And Galarian Weezing is not only super effective against 2 or more of our Pokemon, but it's also faster. And we can't afford that speed difference with Carl. We basically have to lose Carl every time right there, guaranteed. It's a hard loss, but if it puts me in control of switch management, lets me decide when we're going to play our shields, then it's worth it for one Pokemon. Or so we've seen so far. At any moment, I'm sure we could start running into some triple coverage teams. And look at this, right off the bat, the Fairy type that uses only grass and water moves. So, yeah, Gligar's in a lot of trouble here. I forget this thing isn't grass all the time. This thing covers Gligar extremely well, and it covers Altaria even better. Oh, shit. And another Galarian Weezing! I mean, come on! The streak continues! 18 battles in a row! This is insane. This is literally fucking insane. How many times tonight are we going to see teams that have the double super effective coverage? And we're still not gonna lose! Oh, shit. Well, we might be in a little bit of trouble. We're definitely in a little bit of trouble. That hurts. That hurts quite a lot. But double defense drop to Galarian Weezing is a lot less big of a problem. Question is, though... Oh, shit. Yeah, they're pretty smart, aren't they? I don't think there was anything else I could do here. I think I need to bank on this thing being so low that I can farm it down with Altaria. Because it's gotta... Their whole thing that they're trying to do is set us down so that they can wall us off. And this thing right here is their wall. And so we need to find a way to not be in that position. However, I don't think Carl is going to get to another Psychic Fangs. So, oh, and Rock Slide. Phenomenal. I mean, I would expect nonetheless. There's the triple coverage that we were looking for. Like I said, you're going to need a team that has at least 3 super effective attacks covering every single one of our Pokemon if you want to beat this team. Otherwise, it is basically unstoppable. And there's the 3rd and final super effective attack for this team. They might win it. They might have figured it out. They might have figured it out. They got the coverage they need now. But unfortunately, this is only one moment. And Altaria, oh damn it. Good switch. Damn it. They were pretty smart there too. We literally about farmed them down and then Sky attacked the Florges and won. We were moments away from turning back a triple coverage team back on their heels. Literally, we just need one more tap to get to that fucking Sky attack. And that would have been it for the Florges. We were that fucking close. I mean, think about all the opportunities they had there to take us out of the game. They just had to land one brutal strike on the Carl Drafarig. They just had to land one chilling water on Gligar. And we were able to maneuver and keep them away from both of those ever happening. But then that Dunsparce with the Rock Slide also just being able to super effectively hit Altaria. There's only so many times you can switch in a game. And the key to victory, the key to losing for this team is that exact limit. If they have 3 super effective coverage attacks, more than likely any trainer is going to lose. But it takes an extraordinary trainer to be able to turn it back and be one single tap away from reversing the outcome of the battle. And we were right there. Mere moments away. And the streak continues. Battle number 19. Look at this. We load right in against a water type. I mean, you just can't script this. This is crazy. 19 battles in a row is insane. I mean, just absolutely insane. But we've only lost a handful, so I feel like we should be really, really, really happy despite the tough circumstances. We should not be too worried about a loss here or there. Especially with some of those massive hidden brackets. Being able to sweep our way through so many battles in a row despite having so much coverage against us. And I think we're going to do it again here. They do have a lot of energy, though. Fuck. We could take a surf. Oh, yeah, we're still pretty high on our health. They have the shield control 1 to 2. Ooh, Drapion. Drapion does get access to an ice move. We do need to watch out for that. This could be one of those circumstances where it's Dunsparce all over again. This is probably their next counter. But I'm okay with preserving the Psychic Fangs and jumping into Altaria here now that we have a defense drop. Catch a little bit more of that energy. Now we figure out if it has an ice move or not. Does not. That, however, does big damage and drops our defense. No! We need the defense! That's all we got! And then they have a fortress in the back. Hey, this guy only had one Pokemon to super effectively coverage us. Arrest him! That's not allowed tonight. That's not allowed. And it was in the lead. I feel like our damage is also going to be a little bit better if maybe we can get this defense drop. No, fucking G. Damn, Andy fucking beat us as crazy. You gotta fucking tip your hat to that guy, though. I mean, yeah, we led super effectively at a disadvantage against the Jellicent. But you'll just have that. In the night we've been having, the fact that this guy didn't have another counter sitting in the back is something to celebrate. Let him take his dub. That one was won with hard-earned strategy. Salute to you, trainer. And let's get on to the next battle. Again, we gotta make sure we stay up and up, though. That 4-1 isn't gonna hold up if we get too many negative brackets, considering the 2 and 3 we also picked up. So we do gotta stay kind of on the up and up. Those 5 and 0s will disappear very quickly from memory if we are not able to keep ourselves from going too negative. So we've had some tough battles. Let's make sure we lock in and close this out. No more playing around with them. Play it for real now. Toucannon does keep the streak alive because technically it does super effectively coverage against Altaria and Gligar, which does make this battle number fucking 20 in a row that we've led into a super effective disadvantage, and it being on 2 or more of our Pokemon. Like, what the fuck is even going on tonight? But you know what? I ain't scared of you! And we're gonna push through. No, second Psychic Fangs was literally so huge there. But, I think one Aerial Ace is still pretty threatening, even though they have a shield left. They got the defense drop. They know they kind of got to worry about it a little bit. And then if they have an Ice type in the back, we just lose. Then we might just lose. But 20 games in a row, every battle for 4 brackets, we've led into a super effective disadvantage that covers 2 or more of our Pokemon. That is fucking insane. They must have heard about the bounty. Trying to collect, partner? I don't think so. I don't think so. But, Shadow Ball is going to put us very, very, very low on HP. Oh, damn, too low. G fucking G. Salute to you again. I mean, there's not much of a comeback to be had there. Fuck. And a big 2 and 3 bracket there. But again, that's 4 brackets. 20 games in a row that we have led into a Pokemon that is super effective against 2 or more of our Pokemon. And we haven't been swept one time. Not one time have we been swept. And we haven't picked up a lose streak. We've won like every other battle. That there might have been like the 2 battles we lost in a row might have been like the longest lose streak we've had. And we picked up a big 4 and 1s, opened it up, and closed it out with a 5 and 0. So that's 2 5 and 0s, a 4 and 1, or sorry, 2 4 and 1s, 2 5 and 0s, 2 2 and 3s. That's a fucking W. For 20 fucking battles, we've went on an uncontested domination streak. The only time we lost for the first 3 brackets was if they had something that covered all 3 of our Pokemon. That was the only time. I mean, teams that are engineered by every principle on paper should not lose, no matter which trainer is guiding them, should always win against our team. And we've not only flipped the table once, but we've done it so many times, back to back to back to back to back. This has to be the greatest stream of all fucking time. There's no way it can't be. There is no fucking way. Big 30 now it is. Dancing and dropping some craziness in the chat. Thank you so much for that. Bro, you are now witnessing the craziest Wild West and tootin'est, darnest, damnationist, hunting the bounty of Doinks' head. Wanted, hero, or fraud. And I will leave it to you guys to decide at home. But man, if I have to say, that is the best showcase of heroism I think I have ever displayed. Every single odd against us in every single battle. And we have still triumphed so many times, picked up so many win streaks. And keep in mind, we just designed this team less than 3 days ago. We have less than 50 battles under our belt with this. And it has been an insane streak like this against such insane odds. The entire meta has switched up overnight. It is actually like the meta heard that there was a bounty for our head. Everyone switched to water and ice types, and I didn't get the memo. The water type trainer. I guess it's because I'm out in the Wild Wild West and the Rotom phone doesn't work so well out here. But literally the entire meta that we seen last night does not exist. We have seen 2 Asmurls, 2 Tinkatons, and 0 Corviknights. The meta has basically vanished. And this new super effect, water and ice is like the worst thing that it could have switched to for us right now with this team. At any point in time, this whole stream, we could have switched up the team. But I had faith. We doubled down. We said 2 and 3 who? Let's go! 20 games in a row. This team is truly, undecisively, the best team I've ever made or piloted. Or at least in the meta that it is in. It is the best. Even in a meta that is so bad for it. Water types cover Gligar pretty good. Ice also covers Gligar. And also, what do you know, covers Altaria. So literally, this water-ice meta that has popped up is the worst possible thing that could pop up for this team that features around Carl and has these 2 Pokemon I have a little bit of background knowledge about and history with on the team to support Carl. Both of those Pokemon on the team to support Carl are in a meta where they've been covered basically 20 games in a row. I mean, not even basically. It just hasn't been Gligar and Altaria every time. Maybe it's like Gligar and Jirigraf with the Frillish or Jellicent. Every time we lead into a Jellicent, we're not only facing a water type with Gligar, but we also have to be wary of those dark moves, of those ghost moves. And those hit Carl, Jirigraf, super effectively. Jellicent also gets an Icy Wind move, which hits, again, Gligar and Altaria super effectively. Not only that, But basically, any time that we run into a Pokemon that maybe we have one swap into, we get absolutely fucked because they not only have one counter for us lying in wait, most of the time they've had two. It has become a comedical run at the very last two brackets because we were literally doing so well against teams that we led in and they had a super effective counter, and we swapped and they swapped to something that, hey, also counters what we swapped to, and then also counters whatever we have in the back as well. It was like such a comedical thing that we were winning against those teams that we were making a joke that you have to have 3 Pokemon that have super effective moves against all 3 of our Pokemon, or we could not lose. And we ran that win streak for quite a bit. It was quite the fucking run. So it's been a phenomenal night. Probably one of the greatest streams, one of the greatest plays by this team ever. One of the best teams I've ever made that exists in its current meta, because I don't know if maybe one team matches up better in a different meta. But I mean, even when this team is just like absolutely hard countered, we're just devastating. And it's all also kind of about the switch too, because if they have this guy just surrenders. If they have something in the back that also counters us when we start navigating, because this team features around getting Carl like in and out of the battlefield, dropping Psychic Fangs. I gave the whole breakdown of this strategy in the last video. But basically, it all revolves around Carl being able to rotate in and out of the battle. Altaria and Gligar know their spots on the battlefield. And when they have something super effective against 2 or more of our Pokemon sitting in the back, it's even worse than our 20 streak run of Pokemon in the lead. That just was broken, by the way. I just realized by that guy surrendering and also having a Primeape, the streak was just broken. But 20 games in a fucking row is insane. And when they have that super effective Pokemon in the back, like when Jellicent's in the fucking back, by the time we get Carl to do what Carl needs to do, we might just lose because then Jellicent comes in and there's just nothing left we can do. So there are some unfortunate catch causes to where, like, yeah, we could just get tanked, basically. Like, our own strategy could just fizzle, essentially. It's not a perfect running team, but it is the best. And this has to be the greatest stream we have ever put on of Pokemon Go. So, after that guy hits the forfeit button and brings that 20 game, that 20 battle streak to an end, we now can't talk about that no more, so we have to find something else to talk about. Must find other things to talk about. We're trying to keep the action non-stop running until basically we run out of brackets or until midnight. That's the idea of this stream, by the way. I know there's not actually like a bounty on my head. It just coincidentally is funny because the majority of the Pokemon have switched over to water and ice type. It's just kind of funny. Nothing to take too seriously, but I think it has put on a phenomenal showcase because, okay, what is Carl going to do when you're not getting the support of Gligar and Altaria? And so you may be thinking, well, Doinks, if you just said that this has been happening for 20 games in a row, and we just watched all 20 of these battles where it's happened, then why would you not just switch out your Pokemon and try and counter that meta? Well, because like I said, it's not a bad thing to have both of those Pokemon countered here. They are really good Pokemon. They are meta Pokemon, they're comp Pokemon. So it's not like I'm the first person to be like, oh, Altaria is a good Pokemon. Actually, my Altaria is from watching the Pokemon Worlds Worlds stream from like 2 years ago and getting the Altaria drop from Emmy Weedle, who ended up winning it. So it's basically his Altaria. So there's no doubt that it's calm. But having those good Pokemon and having them be in situations where they're not always the answer means we find ourselves in more situations where we have to make Carl the answer. And I think that is going to give me the most retrospective watching back this stream to learn from. So that is why I haven't switched Pokemon. That is why we've pushed through the challenge. And that is why we will continue to. Because it isn't always about winning them all. Even though the win streaks are crazy. And the fire of the battlefield, it does excite a certain energy and light that I just can't describe. But the real W, the real victory, is on learning a little bit as you adventure, so that your adventure can continue to get better and greater than ever before. And that's what we hope to continue here as we continue bracket number 5. And hey, let's go! Oh, well, I guess technically I should have got excited. Damn, I don't even hit that. I should have got excited last round when the guy forfeited, but I don't. I like that they're doing, like, when they have like the tiny combat power and they're like, hey, people are out here giving free dubs. It's like a subtle head nod, like I said, but I don't like it when they quit too much. That's the true truth behind my honor. It's not that I don't want to quit sometimes. It's that I hate it so much when they quit that I want to minimize how much my karmatic retribution is coming back to get me. Oh, I made a stupid choice here. Now, if you had to guess what type of move, a move called Doom Desire... Oh, that was Aura Sphere. You had to guess, what type of move would you think Doom Desire is? And would you like to switch in on it? While you have no shields left. The answer should be Ghost and no. And unfortunately, I wasn't thinking about that. Like I said, trying to find those spots for Carl. In this case, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Oh, shit, what else you got? Switch! Thank you. And we still die, though. Yeah. Wheel. We have to throw at least one sky attack. Minimum. Then we have to hope we survive a Thunder Punch, which we probably do, but at low yellow. Somewhere in there. Yeah. And then we have to outspeed so that we don't get Thunder Punched again, because this thing's so quick and has some energy from previously. And then, with nothing left and no HP, we have to close it out against the Celebi. That is a tall order for poor Altaria. I like that the Celebi was hiding in the back so we didn't have to face it immediately, because it felt great to have 2 super effective leads for the night. That actually kind of like the air settles a little bit differently. But speaking of, make sure these tumbleweeds are blowing through here. Make sure that there's some fresh air in here. We don't really have that much time, but we're gonna keep pushing. So 2 and 3 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 4 and 5 and 0 basically like cancel each other out. So we have the other 2 and 3 to worry about. This bracket and the next, and that's probably it. We might get into one more bracket. So there is a long, tall order of things to adjust. We still need to, oh shit, nice catch onto Quagsire. We still need to make sure that we win here. And, no, because, no, we won those, both of those. Okay, and then, no, we only won one of those because the guy quit. So this is battle number 3 for this bracket. That makes sense. That does actually track. So this kind of determines how this bracket is sitting. In our non-stop battle-a-thon. Wild, Wild West showdown. And then Breloom as well. Well, I mean, the streak is over. We've had at least 2 games where it wasn't like crazy. But it's nice to know the meta hasn't given up. A grass type and a water type. Double super effective coverage. Crazy work. A catch on a Gligar here is actually probably not smart. I don't even know how we're still in this battle, honestly. We should have just lost. I don't know how we just did that. But now we got to get through the Steelix. Which I think we actually might be able to. And then that's game, pretty much. I seriously have basically no idea how we just turned this battle around. I was caught up in the calculations. I was auto-battling. Psychic Fangs. Oh, one last Aerial Ace would have been funsies, though. Uh-oh. So we didn't get through the Steelix. Come on, go down. Go down! What are you doing? Get out of here! We're finally able to get through the Steelix. And back to the Quagsire, which now has no super effective target. Let's go! I have no idea how we turn these battles around. Quagsire should have just like hard crazy countered our Gligar, and Breloom should have also just like absolutely decimated Gligar. Not really sure how we turned that back around. This is gonna be an interesting watch back, because I have no commentation on what even just happened in that battle. Honestly, some of these are like so tight-knit. Every single tap of the screen is like a motion that does something in the battle, and it is hard to catch it all. I'm not gonna lie, and to keep your brain on thought of what's actually happening as you're going from moment to moment to moment. Let's see here. Oh, nice! Another super effective lead. Hey, we're getting some now. The air is starting to thin out here. That's what they say, is you climb higher, the air gets thinner. Let's go. Finally, we're getting a little more play from Gligar in some of these matches without just immediately leading into a water type and thinking about how we're going to swim our way out. I actually like this for Gligar. Oh, and this thing does have Brutal Swing. That's very not nice. We take a Brutal Swing, though, probably to low red or high red. Nah, we're still in medium. We're still in like low yellow, yeah. Now we're in red. But they do win the shields out of that matchup. And then they send in Porygon 2. Porygon. Gligar! Hit him with something. Oh, okay. Hit him with another one! Gligar! Go! Let's see if they let this one go through. They do, and it actually does pretty decent damage. And then they switch into Scrafty right when we go to make our switch play. Again, this is going to be pretty interesting. They do have dark moves, which means they could also... Dude, Carl is like super covered in this match. I think there is no play for Carl. I think we get Carl out of it. Just let Carl go down. I know we like fought so hard to preserve Gligar, but I think that's like our lose condition. That's what they need, is for that matchup to really matter. If we can make the other two matchups matter more, in the end we'll still win. Now, what does this guy want to do? Foul play? Okay. Well, that wasn't a very nice way to play at all, actually. That was a little foul of you. Here you are. Here you are, partner. Take one of these with you on your way. Porygon 2, what are you gonna do? Gligar for the catch. And a couple Fury Cutters there. And then back in with Altaria to hopefully just farm Porygon down. Let's go! Wow. Wow. Again, just too intense of a battle to even wrap the brain around live in the moment. Sorry I couldn't commentate over top. That was literally just such a fucking crazy battle. I mean, it was just nonstop. Trade for trade, strategy for strategy. And I saw the writing on the wall. They had the double coverage again. As if the streak was still going, but it's not. That's fucking insane. And we still won. Because we recognized it. We're like, all right, they got the coverage on Carl. We'll let them win against Carl, take the victory with Gligar, take the victory with Altaria. And that's exactly what ended up happening. And now they got an ice-punching Dusclops. Wow, super effective coverage against Gligar and Altaria. Crazy. I think all we can do is here is let Gligar go down. Just want to talk to you. Just want to talk to you. Oh, man. Wait, no, we know... Oh, wait, no. Shadow Punch is still a ghost move. What am I talking about? Let's say we know they don't have anything that can hurt us, but Shadow Punch definitely hurts. And then they swap into Credilli. Another double super effective coverage. Grass on Gligar and Rock. Guess what? Also on Gligar and on Altaria. I mean, the battles we're seeing tonight are just so stacked against us. The fact that we have made any play back into them has been astounding. The fact that we have ran shit as hard as we have is nothing short of phenomenal. Like, truly, this is the craziest fucking stream I think I've ever got to do. The craziest display of Pokemon battling that I think I've ever seen. And I can't believe it's happening right in front of my face at the tips of my own fingers as we continue to guide through these brackets. This is fucking insane. How are we even supposed to possibly win against this team? Yet look how we press it back. Is just nothing short of fucking crazy. Go, Carl! And Carl is gonna go. A defense drop there. And not looking too hot. This is gonna be yet another crazy one. Let's go, Altaria! Come on, Altaria! No! Damn it, we needed that energy and the health. They still have one shield, so, I mean, yeah, okay. But no, we're not even close to 2 sky attacks, unfortunately. Damn. G. I mean, Fearow was just enough pressure that they didn't need it, but they did technically have 3 super effective options, 1 against each of our Pokemon. And they even had more. You could go as far as to say 5, honestly. Ice Punch covers both Gligar and Altaria. Shadow Punch covers Driggerath. There's every single Pokemon we have covered by Dusclops. Right there. Credilli, Grass type, covers Gligar. Rock type, double down, cover Gligar again. And then the Rock type also covers Altaria. So in reality, they had 5 super effective options there. And we were still pushing them back. They were desperate to get any energy on the Dusclops that they could. And that was their win condition. Unfortunately, our pressure just wasn't fast enough. The Drill Peck coming through from the Fearow was like the biggest moment where I was like, man, if we could have got this, we could win. But you know how horseshoes and hand grenades are. Close, but not quite close enough. Salute to that trainer who just had the build. That team just covered us downright insanely well. But we still go 3-2, which is awesome. That's what we're shooting for at this point. We already have the big scores on the board. Now we just need to hold it down as we continue to rock out for as many as possible. And that's the idea. And for our bravery, for our warrior spirit, we are greeted with Tapu Koko, who is a little too strong for the Great League, but that is all right. Still a cool catch. And I don't think I got this guy yet. Tapu Koko, what are you doing out here in the Wild Wild West? A very, very nice 3-2 bracket there. Not all of them have to be sheer victories. Sometimes it's all about the battles and what you learned. And we are actually only a couple minutes away from midnight, so that is where we're going to end the battles tonight. I think that's still a pretty impressive run. We definitely did like 5 brackets at the minimum. Not sure how many of the extra ones we truly got to take advantage of. Feels like maybe we only got 1. And we had, just so many tough battles. So many tough brackets. 3 2-3s. And then the 2 3-2s. 3 3-2s. And then the 4-1. As well as we were coming off of an episode where we literally opened it up with the 5-0 and closed it down with 5-0. So it felt like there was already a lot of pressure on the board. And I know that doesn't really mean much to you guys, but it means a lot to me that we showed up and rocked through anyways, knowing that it was surmounting to do good and to keep this theme of the Wild Wild West cool and fun to do and feeling energetic all throughout. So I did feel my nerves were a little tested, and I wanted to double down on that. That's why I chose the title of the stream. That's what I thought doing a Go Battle Thursday and just getting all these brackets lined up for one awesome onslaught would be. And that's also why I didn't switch out for any of the battles, because even though for 4 brackets in a row, for 20 battles in a row, we fought a team that led every single time with a Pokemon that covered 2 or more of our Pokemon. Even though the meta completely swapped overnight, Tinkaton nearly disappearing, Azumarill nearly disappearing, Corviknight absolutely gone, 0 Corviknights to be found after we made that heads-up play to switch over Altaria to Flamethrower, so we could counter the Corviknight, so we could counter the Ferrothorn, and not leave Gligar so weak and vulnerable. And now neither of those Pokemon make a singular appearance. So maybe, just maybe, it was all about Girafarig. Or, sorry, excuse me, Carl. Maybe, just maybe, having all those battles where Gligar and Altaria are just super effectively disposed of meant that all of that potential / pressure was on Carl. And we got to navigate Carl. That's what we came here to do. That's what the last stream was about. That's what the stream before that was about. That's why I let you guys vote in the poll to choose a Pokemon that I build a team around and do the special effect. And thinking about it,